Okay, YouTube version of my trivia. You know the drill. Gonna go pretty fast. Here are the rules, same as every week. First category, in the news. Question 1. In last week's vice presidential debate, what interloper flew to the top of social media trends due to their unexpected appearance? Question 2. What Asian country of approximately 25 million people last weekend declared itself COVID-19 free? Question 3. What band's 1977 song Dreams has been the inspiration for a new internet meme whereby various individuals listen to the song while skateboarding and drinking ocean spray cranberry juice? Yes, this is a real thing. Question 4. The world's oldest terrestrial animal named Jonathan turned 188 years old this past week. What type of animal is Jonathan? And the last question in the news. The Los Angeles Lakers, led by superstar LeBron James, won the NBA championship this week. How many titles as a franchise have the Lakers won? 2 points if exact, 1 point if within 3. Okay, the next category is called movie music. I will play you a clip of a movie score. You just have to tell me what movie it is from. I think some of these are loud, so I'm going to turn them down. So this one's from 1982. Next one, from 1985. Okay, next one. And the last one. Okay, moving on. The next category is called the 1970s. I will give you 3 events from a certain year in the 1970s. You just have to tell me what year it's from. Okay, first one. Apple Computers is formed by Steve Jobs and Wozniak. Construction on the CN Tower, the tallest freestanding structure in the world at the time, is completed. And Nadia Comaneci receives a perfect score in gymnastics in the first ever Olympics held in Canada. Next set. Your three events. October crisis occurs in Canada where two men are abducted by the FLQ. Paul McCartney announces that the Beatles have disbanded. And the Boeing 747, the world's first jumbo jet, makes its first transatlantic flight. The next three. Secretariat wins the Triple Crown. The U.S. Supreme Court rules on Roe v. Wade, making abortion a constitutional right. And Billie Jean King beats Bobby Riggs in the Battle of the Sexes tennis match. Number 14. Egypt and Israel signed the Camp David Accords in an effort to secure peace between the two nations. Louise Brown, the first person to be conceived through in vitro fertilization, is born in the UK. And Star Wars, bizarrely, does not win Best Picture at the Oscars ceremony, losing instead to Woodsy Allen's Annie Hall. And the last year, Disney World opens in Florida. The Soviet Union launches the first space station, Salyut 1, into low Earth orbit, and the New York Times begins to publish sections of the Pentagon Papers showing the U.S. government had been lying to their people about the Vietnam War. Okay, that's the end of that category. The next category is called Origin Stories. I'm going to show you a picture of an athlete. You just have to tell me what country they are from. The first one is Novak Djokovic. The next one is Lewis Hamilton. The third one is Marta. The next one, Ernie Els. And finally, Mariano Rivera. Okay, that's the end of round number 1. If you need to review any of the questions, I suggest you pause now, because we're going on to the answers. Question 1. The interloper from the vice presidential debate, of course, was a fly. Question 2. The Asian country that has declared itself COVID-19 free is North Korea. This is what I was talking about. This meme. Won't seem to go away. I think this is the original one, certainly the first one that I saw, and they get progressively zanier as they start dressing up like in characters and stuff. There was one of the fly itself dancing on Mike Pence's head, but that song is a Fleetwood Mac song. World's oldest terrestrial animal is a tortoise. There he is there. And the Lakers have won 17 titles. The music, the first one is from Blade Runner, and we have Back to the Future, Shawshank Redemption, The Rock, and The Social Network. Okay, the years. This stuff, Norio Comaneci received a perfect score at the Montreal Olympics, which was in 1976. October Crisis and this other stuff occurred in 1970. Secretariat won the Triple Crown in 1973. All this stuff is from 1978. And Disney World opened in 1971. Okay, these athletes, Novak Djokovic is from Serbia. Lewis Hamilton is a Brit. He's from the UK. He's the world's best at driving a car. Marta is regarded as one of the best soccer players ever. She is from Brazil. Ernie Els is Suthi Frikinya. And Mariano Rivera was from Panama. Or still from Panama. Okay, so that's the answers for round number 1. Let's go on to round number 2. Your first category is called Master of Puppets. Just imagine I was playing the song Master of Puppets by Metallica. But I don't have time for that anyways. So, first question in Master of Puppets. What is the name of the elderly wood carver who creates Pinocchio? Next question. The 2012 movie The Master is a fictionalized account of the life and teachings of what creator of Scientology? Next question. In what decade did the TV show Sesame Street first air? 24. What is the name of this Muppets character pictured below who creepily wears glasses but doesn't have eyes? I'm not sure what kind of monster thought up that. And the last question in this category, the 1986 hit song Master of Puppets appears on Metallica's third album. What is the name of this album? Okay, the next category is Final Frontier, as in space, the final frontier, sort of. First question, who is the original creator of Star Trek? Next question, what actor most notable for portraying a muscle-bound superhero on screen is the star of the Canadian historical drama Frontier? Next question, what space shuttle disintegrated upon re-entry into Earth's atmosphere on February 1st, 2003, killing all 7 crew members? And 29. What Swedish rock band released the popular song The Final Countdown in 1986? Question 30. What villainous race in the Star Trek franchise is known to intimidate adversaries with the phrase "resistance is futile"? Okay, moving along. This next category is called the trees for the forest. So I'm going to show you a picture of a tree. You have to tell me what kind of tree it is. Here's the first one. Next one. The third one. Number 4. And the last one. Okay, this next category, this is our word problem category. This one is called double letter most recent. So in this category, each answer will contain a double letter and be the most recent to match the clue. You'll figure it out. So, the first one, Ontario Premier. Who is the most recent person to be the Ontario Premier who has a double letter in their name? See how it works? Moving along. Next one, Best Picture winner. Which is the last movie to win Best Picture that had a double letter in its name? "38. World's Sexiest Man." "39. first overall pick in the NHL entry draft? And the last one in this category, and indeed in this round, UN Secretary General. Okay, that's the end of round number 2. So here are your answers. The woodcarver who created Pinocchio, his name is Geppetto. The Master is a fictionalized account of the life of L. Ron Hubbard, who created Scientology. Sesame Street first aired in the 60s. This creepy ass looking character, his name is Bunsen. And the third album of Metallica, released by Metallica, is called Master of Puppets, and it features the song Master of Puppets. Creator of Star Trek is Gene Roddenberry. The actor who is the star of this show Frontier, that is Jason Momoa. The space shuttle that disintegrated upon re-entry in 2003 was Columbia. The final countdown was released by a band called Europe. And the race in Star Trek that says resistance is futile is the Borg. This tree is a maple tree. This is an acacia tree. This one is called a baobab. This is a bristlecone pine. The specific bristlecone pine is the oldest living thing on planet Earth. It's over 4,000 years old. And these are cacao pods. So this is a cacao tree. Believe it or not, these orangey pods is where chocolate comes from. Last person to be Premier of Ontario with a double letter in their name is Kathleen Wynne. She actually has a double letter. Best Picture winner, the last one with a double letter, is called Green Book. Another double letter. This movie's not very good. Last person to be named World's Sexiest Man with a double letter in their name is Channing Tatum. And the last first overall pick with a double letter, that is Austin Matthews. You might have heard of him. And the current UN Secretary General, his name is Antonio Guterres. So he has a double letter, so that's the answer. Okay, let's go on to round number 3. The first one, of course, TV themes. 5 TV themes. You have to tell me what show it's from. It might be a bit loud. Fourth one. And the last one. as your TV themes for another week. Moving on, the next category is called Where My Peeps At. I am going to name you 3 different countries, and you have to tell me which one has the largest population. Here's your first one. Your countries are Canada, Malaysia, and Peru. Which of these has the largest population, at least according to Wikipedia? The next one. Democratic Republic of Congo, Germany, and Vietnam. Which of these has the most people? And I can assure you they're not like so close as to be irrelevant. All of these has one that is millions more than either of the other two. Question 48. 3 countries. Kazakhstan, very nice. Mali, and Syria. The next set, we have Nepal, Poland, and Uganda. And then the last one, we have Cambodia, Netherlands, and Sri Lanka. Okay, that's the end of that category. The next one, we do general knowledge, 5 random questions. So, your first one, what does the word frenulum mean? Is it the band of tissue that connects the tongue to the floor of the mouth? A medieval instrument primarily used to measure body weight, or a device used to keep time when playing the piano? Question 52. What TV show do Liz Lemon and crew work on in the show 30 Rock? So the show is about a different TV show. What's the name of that show? Question 53. True or false? Presidential candidate Joe Biden has a younger brother named Jim. So I, of course, have an older brother named Joe. Does this Joe also have a younger brother named Jim? Question 54. If you are 3 sheets to the wind, what does that mean? And the last general knowledge question. Vladimir Putin is seemingly intent on being the president of Russia forever. Who was the last person to occupy the office of president of Russia other than Vladimir Putin? Okay, last category of the night. Of course, 3 answers, 3 points. Each of these questions is worth up to a maximum of 3 points. Here we go. The first one, name the 3 teams in NFL history in the Super Bowl era who have gone a full season without winning a single game. You don't have to give me the year, just say the team. Question 57. Last week's trivia featured the song Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. The making of this song was famously spoofed in one of the most popular SNL skits of all time. Name any 3 of the 5 cast members who were in this 2000 skit, the year 2000. I don't want the host. I need the actual cast members. Question 58. What are the 3 least populous U.S. states that have Democratic governors, i.e. governors who belong to the Democratic Party? Question 59. Who are the 3 tenors? I want their names. Don't just say they are the 3 tenors. And the last question of the night. Name any 3 of the 5 women to ever have been nominated for Best Director at the Academy Awards. Okay, that's it for round number 3. Let's take up the answers. Okay, so TV themes. That first one is the theme for Fawlty Towers. Then we have Matlock. And then Seinfeld, of course. The 4th TV theme was Alias, and the last one was a show called Succession, which is wildly successful, at least critically. Peeps, of these 3 countries, the one with the most people is Canada. This one is Vietnam by quite a bit. Here we have Mali, then Uganda, and finally Sri Lanka. Frenulum is indeed the band of tissue that connects the tongue to the floor of the mouth. Liz Lemon on 30 Rock, they work on a show called The Girly Show, or TGS, I think they refer to it later once they add Tracy Jordan or whatever. Presidential candidate Joe Biden indeed does have a younger brother named Jim. If you are 3 sheets to the wind, that means you are drunk. I think it has something to do with like boats being toppled because their sheets are to the wind or something. I don't know. 55, the last person to be president of Russia, other than Vladimir Putin, was a man named Dmitry Medvedev. The 3 teams in NFL history that have lost every game in the season are Tampa Bay a while back, Detroit, and most recently the Cleveland Browns. So this skit, SNL's material is famously difficult to get a hold of, and it's pretty long anyway, so I'm not going to play it, but it's worth checking out if you want to have a laugh. The 5 cast members in this skit were Will Ferrell, who provided the cowbell, Chris Parnell, Chris Kattan, Jimmy Fallon, and some guy named Horatio Sanz. You can see him here. They are meant to be the Blue Oyster called Jimmy Fallon, not pictured. He's in behind playing the drums. The 3 least populous U.S. states that have Democratic governors are Delaware, Rhode Island, and believe it or not, Montana does not, or it has a Democratic governor. The next question, the 3 tenors are Luciano Pavarotti, Jose Carreras, and Placido Domingo. And then the last question, the 5 women who have been nominated for Best Director are Lena Wertmuller, I don't know what movie that would be, Jane Campion, I assume for The Piano, I'm guessing, without having looked it up, Sofia Coppola, probably for that piece of crap with Bill Murray that she did. Catherine Bigelow is the only one to actually have won for Zero Dark 30, and most recently Greta Gerwig, I assume for Little Women, maybe? I don't know. I didn't look it up. I don't care. Okay, that's the end of the night. Hope you had fun, and we'll see you next time.